a lot happening in the basketball.
Well, it's not about basketball specifically, but it is about the NBA. So check this out.
Okay.
American, I'm going to call him track star, Noah Lyles.
Track and field.
Is he track and field?
Oh,
Well,
I just like saying track. I just like saying track and field.
Nah,
athletics.
He
It's
runs.
athletics.
He runs 100
Athletics.
meters, 400 meters.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
Noah Lyles was feeling himself after he won his third straight 200 meters world title at the Athletic World Cups Championship in Hungary. And after he won it, like, he was being interviewed.
Yeah.
And he decided to bring this gem out. You know, the thing that hurts me the most is that I have to watch the NBA finals and they have world champion on their head. He said, world champion of what? The United States? Don't get me wrong. I love the US at times, but it ain't the world. We are the world. So he's decided on his moment
To make a grand statement.
to make a statement like that. But let's speak to it, because this got a lot of debate in Sports Center, Stephen. Like, it got a lot of debate because it's an interesting debate topic. So in the NBA championship,
Yeah.
when they win it, they call themselves the world champions. So it's a well-known fact of life
It's on the hat. I'm simulating a hat.
it's a well-known fact in life that the NBA is the premier
League.
the Premier League, right? Everyone who plays basketball wants to go to the NBA. They have the best athletes. They definitely have the biggest contracts, even amongst American sort of
Another
sports.
example of branding at its finest, I presume. Yeah, you could say.
Well, no. Just the athletes and the standard of
Oh, yeah.
basketball is seen as is better, right? However, if you take it at its literal word and call someone world champion, it's an American league, right? So that's, I guess, the point that he was trying to make. But this really ruffled an accord with all the NBA players. And as we found out, social media is the social conscience of the world. They came at him. Like, they're like, who the hell is this guy? I can run the 200 meters better. This is petty, obviously. It started to get petty. And Drake again, you know, the social conscience of hip hop, came in and said, bro thought he was so hard when he practiced this in the mirror, and now the whole NBA hates him. So look, that's the kickback, because obviously there got to be some hurt brothers out there. But what do you think? Do you think that? And by the way, this is not only relegated to the NBA. For example, in baseball, they call it the World Series. And baseball is even less international a game, right? Like than basketball.
Yeah, I only
right?
know the other baseball country I know is Japan.
Yeah, like, so it's quite niche if you think about it, to call it. Well, maybe in that regard you could call it the World. I don't know. I actually don't know. So the proponents let's go against, which of the NBA guys is, hold up, we're the best league in the world.
Yeah.
So if you win an NBA championship, it's worth 10 Euro Cups, whatever. And secondly, 40% or whatever are international people anyway. The last 3 MVPs, I mean, this year, Nikola Jokic, Serbian. Giannis Antetokounmpo, God, I'm so happy I'm pronouncing these names. Greek. Like, that's how international this damn sport is. Luka Doncic is like probably one of the best players there. All the international players at this moment are actually more elite than some of the American players. But what do you guys think about it?
I just think it's funny that he just maybe he actually is like a PR genius, because he's trying to get his
It's
name.
all marketing, isn't it?
He's trying to get his name out there somehow.
Actually, you're right. I never thought of it that way,
See?
because Noah who? Bible? Like, that's the only Noah I know. Like,
What? There are other great Noahs, like Noah Wiley from ER. Anyway.
Okay, anyway. But I think you're right, because I can't think of why you would go out of your way to say something like that when it just does not. I mean, I can see the connection, but do you think it's a very American thing to label your championship as a world champion? Because it kind of feels like it is. They do it often.
I do think it is, because not to stereotype, unfortunately, but there's this belief that America usually likes to think that it is the center of the universe, and so it applies it through whether it's politics, whether it's entertainment. But I suppose, yeah, like the way that they call it world championships, for example, is it because the whole world is following it in a sense?
It has more,
Yeah.
but
The audience.
Branding, hello.
from a
I'm
marketing
saying
perspective,
it,
how much better does world champion than NBA champ means? Like, it sounds better, right? World
Well,
champion. It does.
Yes, it
Yeah.
does. It's funny how you said Euro Cup, right? Because even then that could be presumed as like, hey, the Brazilians will be like, what about us in soccer and whatnot, right? Like,
But that's what, like, yeah.
South America,
There were
sorry.
lots of debates about it, and well-known commentator Stephen A. Smith was talking about it.
Here we go.
And he had a very he said that Noah was misinformed. And then one of his famous actor mates, I can't remember the guy's name, by the way.
We'll find it out and put in the comments.
He's German. And he reached
German
out saying
actor.
that you all know, like you'll have seen him, but he won't know the name. It's not an A-lister. Shit, man. I'm gonna get but anyway, he was saying that you are wrong because by virtue, like it is basically a country league. You can't call it there. You think of leagues that are just as big and multicultural, such as the soccer leagues out there. They don't call themselves the world champion, and they're bigger. It's a bigger sport than America, right?
They just have very confusing lines of leagues because
that's the whole thing in itself. But he was saying that in an argument, in a sport such as basketball, there are sports that are arguably more world-centric, and they still don't call themselves world champions. And he was making a cultural observation that this is a very American thing to do. So if they need any more flack. But I thought that was interesting. It's good fodder. But NBA guys, come on, man. Don't be so sensitive. You're making so much more money than that.
the reaction of it, the smack
I can
talk.
beat you in 200 meters. Come on, man.
Come on,
Aaron
guys.
Gordon, you can't do that.
Come
You're
on.
a power forward. Keep it real.
Okay, all right. Don't know what any of that means, but anyway.